Alright then. Hello everybody. So just like my last video, I'm gonna give some post-commentary over all these Silverberry runs, cause it makes it a little more interesting, and it's kind of fun to do, honestly. So this is Beginner Lobby Rainbowberry, which none of my subscribers or friends except like one play Celeste, so the Rainbowberry is just a reward for beating all the maps in the lobby Deathless with the Silverberries, so it also makes the best sound in video game history, so you guys look forward to that at the end. No skipping to the end, watch the whole thing first. So, Forest Path here starts. This map is fantastic, I love this one. And honestly, a lot of Beginner is just really chill and just enjoyable. Like, there's nothing too crazy going on in most of these, but it's just fun, so. Mostly just using the dream crystals, I think you'd call them. Introducing the dream jumps, and I think this was intentional that these, like, stone blocks are, like, indicators for where you can use the dream crystals, or maybe it's an indicator for dream jumping, I don't really remember, but yeah, I think it's an indicator that you dream jump, which is a cool little subtle thing. I wonder if I even, like, noticed that the first time. The things you notice, like, while editing and stuff, and not necessarily while playing. But yeah, that's that map already. Azure Caverns, I believe is what this one is called. This is probably the easiest silver. It's like barely even a minute long, and it's a green beginner, so it's really easy, but not much to report on. It's really just using these zip movers you have to dash into, and pretty basic movement, so. I guess to talk about some random other shit in the meantime, then. I guess quickly I don't even know, like, how you're supposed to do this, or I don't know if you can just get over to the left with, like, just with your two dashes. I obviously just do a super to make it way less tight, but that's, like, a bit weird for beginner. Yeah, what was I gonna say? Yeah, right. So, I did... It's gonna be a bit funny to commentate, because I did all of these runs in, like, March of this year, so it's been a while. I'm not gonna remember much of, like, my experience with a lot of these, and I'm also entirely improving this commentary, so I don't exactly know how this is gonna work, but yeah. I mean, I mostly remember what I think of the maps in general, so it should be fine. And also, again, I did do the silvers in a kind of random order of whatever I felt like, so you see the journal with like 7 silvers after the second silver. Anyway, Loopy Lagoon, this map goes hard. This map is so much fun. This was the first map I ever played in SJ. It's just happened to be where I went, and I am very happy this was the first one. I mean, it's just cute and fun. Really nice song, fun mechanics. And also, it's nice that it actually goes on a decent while and, like, explores its mechanics fully. So I really liked that about it. And yeah. Honestly, this was one of the most enjoyable silvers, regardless of the casual experience. This was really fun to silver, too. So, honestly, I don't even want to talk over this one, just, like, enjoy the song and gameplay. It's fun to watch. guess the one other fun trivia I can offer is it is actually technically possible to complete this map without ever, like, getting the boosts from these blocks, which is a really silly challenge that some people tried. And, like, you still need to, like, touch them in some ways, but, like, the definition they used was, like, don't dash into them and don't, like, jump with momentum. And yeah, it is very cursed. If I remember, I'll, like, link a video to the person who did it, because it is really funny to watch all the, like, stupid-ass tech they have to do to, like, not actually interact with any of the elements they're supposed to. So, that's pretty funny. Call me out in the comments if I don't remember to add that video to the description, but I probably will. Probably will remember. Anyway, awesome silver. What am I doing? I think I'm just going to the journal, but I just suck at the lobby movement, I guess. Collapsing Skyline. This map's pretty different. It's a lot more, like, slow-paced and stuff, so more of the atmospheric, enjoy the deco experience than also kind of some trolls with the falling blocks, like that one. If you're, like, rushed too fast, you can just die, which is a bit funny on the first playthrough. Honestly, this map isn't, like, a great silver because of parts like that where you're literally just waiting for the blocks. But it's not that bad. I mean, given that at the start of the clip I, like, had just restarted chapter, I'm pretty sure I got the silver, like, literally first try, so it's pretty easily, thankfully, and still fairly. I mean, I don't know if I could call it fun, but it's fun to experience the first time, and the silver won't take long, so it's fine in the end. The song is pretty cool. I guess it's probably not what a lot of people would like, but I think it's cool. This map is definitely a lot cooler to, like, actually explore through. I don't know if you actually notice any of the... There is a, like, mini berry where, like, you collect... It's like a seeded berry, but you are allowed to touch the ground. They're just, or even die, they're just scattered throughout the level to collect the full berry. So, this map is a lot cooler to, like, explore properly, taking your time rather than trying to do it Deathless. It's not as interesting for that, but still a cool map. Seeing is believing. This is one of the most interesting maps in the whole collab, really, because the dialogue that I skipped right there is telling you that this is a map you're supposed to play blindfolded with a friend guiding you, which is really cool. And as you can see right here, there's also a, like, single player mode where you'll have the things described with the screen black, which is still cool. I mean, honestly, it's probably, of course, it's not as interesting as actually playing blindfolded, but it is nice that they added that anyway. Honestly, I don't think I, like, actually practiced for this silver, maybe literally at all. So you can see me just literally standing around, like, actually having to read the dialogue, which is a bit funny. I never have actually, like, gotten around to getting on here with a friend and playing it actually blindfolded. It does sound fun. I should, like, ask Rem or something to do that. That's cool. This kind of sucks for this video to just be looking at a black screen with me waiting around for dialogue, but what you gonna do? And that's the end of that. Which one is next? Ah, yes. If my driveway almost did you in. I think that's one of the, like, longest names of a map in the collab, which is entirely useless trivia, but there you go. It is a funny name. It's literally just the concept of, like, the falling block in the first screen of Prologue, but what if we made them a bit more funny? That's just zip movers and magical flying blocks. It's not much to talk about, it's pretty cool and fun, but yeah, I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory. I think you know what's happening here just by watching along the video. This one's not too long, at least. I believe this is the end already. Beginner Lobby does actually have some pretty long maps. Like, one of the next ones is gonna be one of them. I think this is me trying a hard ultra, but just being bad at it, so ignore that. Yeah. A thing I realized while, like, editing this was, like, wow, Beginner has some really long maps, even compared to those, like, last 10 advanced maps I did. None of those were longer than, like, 3 minutes, and this has, like, multiple that are 5 or more. Cassette Cliffs is a neat map. I mean, it's a full cassette block map, and with, like, zip movers as cassette blocks and stuff. This map isn't bad, I don't like it that much. And honestly, mostly, like, probably my biggest complaint with this map is the, like, cassette cycle speed changes kind of all over the place. Like, in a lot of the rooms, it's, like, different. And honestly, it makes the song kind of awkward with how it's, like, always changing speed, and you don't really get into, like, any good, like, rhythm of the whole map, because it's always changing the, like, speed, so you have to, like, really pay so much attention to learn, like, every room, which would probably be more fun if if it was just a, like, smoother experience, but it's fine, it's not a big deal. It's a nitpick more than anything. Wow, incredible job, me, right there. At least I saved it. Wow, this is a scuffed-ass run. As I mentioned, I did all these runs in, like, March, so I don't really remember any specifics of what happens in them, such as how scuffed that was, so we get to discover that together, which should be fun. Now I'm just curious, what other, like, stupid saves am I gonna have to do? The cassette cycles working the way they do also does make it, like, a little unfortunate when... another thing, I kind of wish it could have been, like, adjusted in any way, because, like, a lot of, like, entry cycles don't, like, work out properly, and you end up just having to, like, wait for one, unless you're being incredibly reckless, which I wasn't, so... I kind of just have to wait at the start of, like, a lot of rooms, which isn't that fun in a Deathless run, but do what you gotta do. Again, like, none of these are, like, big problems, but it's the little things that make it not as fun as most of the other silvers. But I believe that's the end. So I think the big one is coming up right here, after I fuck around here. Ah, yes. Over the city. So, this map... I wonder, what am I doing there? Honestly, me just standing still there was, like, probably a controller disconnect and me waiting for it to get back together. But yeah, so this map, the way I do it, is a, like, 6.5 minute, like, dashless map that, like, loops through itself a ton. And, yeah, so I later learned, like, I didn't really look up any resources or, like, and look at anyone else's runs for any of these silvers. I basically just did them all myself straight out, so... with the exception of, like, the 2 puzzle maps, but we will absolutely be discussing those later. But in this map's case, the result was that I just did the full intended route, and only later got to learn that there is so much cheese in this map. Like, it is kind of hard, but, like, I think you can just, like, do a 5-tile right there, or something like that, and, like, skip most of the map. And also, I've seen someone else just, like, find a wall and, like, do neutral jumps for 2 minutes and farm, like, 100 air jumps and just then jump to the top of the level with those, ignoring the entire map, so... those are things that, wouldn't have minded doing myself, because on the intended route, this is, like, the only silver in this lobby I, like, actively just disliked. This is not enjoyable to do with this route, because it's, like, 6 minutes long and almost entirely trivial with, like, 2 choke points. notably including this room. This room is like that jump up there is really fucking tight for no reason, and it's like one of the only hard inputs in the map, so this just became a like 2-minute cutscene to die to that jump. Pretty sure the run before this died there. And now you pass the one choke point and we're back to like easy ass gameplay again. So if you're gonna silver this map, please cheese it in one of the various ways, and don't do the way I did it. Yeah, it's really not enjoyable to do with the casual route. The map was fun enough for a casual playthrough. I mean, I guess some people just don't like Dashless, like, at all, but I enjoyed it well enough. Although, honestly, I do remember being very lost with, like, all the routing. And, well, it's not even the routing, it's just, like, the giant loops you have to take. I never really knew, like, what was happening, but eventually I won, so that's cool. I'm not sure why I don't just start jumping to the right away there. Also, wow, I fucked that up twice, huh? Why am I just jumping up to the left there? The mysteries of how I played. I mean, you can see here, I only have played Strawberry Jam on this file, so you can see I only had like 50 hours in the mod, and if you watched my last video on the advanced ones, I'm up to like 170, or like 180 now, so certainly was not as good at the game. I believe this was before I even like casually completed the expert lobby, so I was definitely much worse at the game when I did this than I am now. I think, was it this room? There was some room, like, around the 5-minute mark that, yeah, I think it was that, like, jump sequence there. That was, like, the one other, like, choke point that would kill me a whole bunch, and almost nothing else would, and that made the silver suck. It's just those, like, 2 choke points. Yeah, I think it was that room. We are almost done, but a bit of, like, empty space here. That's terrifyingly close there, but I didn't die, so I'll take it. I'm taking this really slow, apparently. You probably could be even safer there in various ways, but whatever. I guess almost the only other thing of note is, if you do choose to, like, do the cheese for this map without going around, then the heart will be, like, encased in spikes, and you can obviously still collect it, but it makes the heart collect very tight, and you have to aim yourself pretty precisely. So yeah, Troposphere here, yeah, honestly, that death right there should tell you a whole lot about this experience for me. Well, I mean, not really, but that was a bit symbolic, because this map is good and enjoyable and all, but I got so unlucky with the silver for absolutely no reason. Like, I'm pretty sure that death before there was the last room, probably one of the last inputs in the map, and I just miss a dream jump somehow, so... I didn't exactly enjoy my time silvering this map, even if it is a good map, and, like, I can't deny that. I just got so unlucky for no reason. There's not really anything else I can think of to say. It's just a dream block map. Which, not to say it's bad in any way, it is very good, but it's pretty simple enough. There have been a lot of dream block maps out there. I guess at some point of empty space in here, I do really want to mention, like, please play Strawberry Jam. Like, this mod is so incredible. Like, it's hard to describe, especially because, like, okay, I'm fumbling my words so bad here, I'm sorry, but this is the end of Troposphere already. But this map is, like, incredibly high quality. It was worked on by, like, over 300 people for 2 years straight, and it all shows. Like, just the amount of, like, polish and quality on everything in it is incredibly high. It, like, stunned me at almost every turn. Even, like, as someone who's played a whole lot of Celeste mod, it is so incredibly high quality. And there's, like, 8 hours of original music or whatever, too. And so many custom mechanics. I cannot recommend it enough. And also, as this video shows, like, the easier... like, it encompasses all difficulties. Like, there's some incredibly difficult stuff in the, like, expert and grandmaster lobbies, but this in the beginner lobby, like, it doesn't even get any harder than, like, the vanilla first 7 chapters, so, like, it's extremely accessible. There's still a lot of content to enjoy here, even if you're, like, have very little Celeste experience, so I highly, highly recommend anyone plays this. Anyway, that aside, this is potential, I think it's potential for anything. There are a couple maps that throw out the collab that have, like, similar names to that. I'm pretty sure this is potential for anything. And yeah, so, if it's not instantly obvious, this map is basically just VVVVVV. So, this map, I didn't like it a ton, also probably in part because I have never played VVVVVV, so it was kind of just a gravity helper map that existed, and there are a few annoying parts with it. Like, it's mostly cool, but I had a few things I didn't like that much about it. So, you'll probably find it much cooler if you know VVV. I don't know what to, like, call that game, but yeah. As I understand it, it does, like, basically recreate the entire game. Wow, I feel like I remember having a strat for that room, but also that was, like, the sketchiest thing I've ever seen in my life, dodging those saw blades, so I don't know. I don't remember if I had something good for that. I feel like I did, but it didn't look like it on that video. Honestly, this is probably, like, one of the hardest silvers in the lobby. Like, it's quite long. There's a while left to go. It's, like, over 4 minutes long. And there's cycles to remember, and just a lot of gameplay that you could potentially choke. Like, it's not too tough moment to moment, but the length, and there are definitely some, like, tricky jumps and maneuvers that you can die to all around, so it's not free. Honestly, this is like one of the only ones I, like, practiced properly in, like, any way. I do, like, actually, I think especially for some of the, like, cycle parts more earlier in the map, like, one of the first rooms is that, like, falling upside down with the fireballs. I actually, like, took the time to practice how those would work. And it paid off, because despite this being one of the hardest silvers, I'm pretty sure I got this, like, literally the first time I ever picked up the silver, so I don't really know how, but that happened, and I am happy about it, because this probably would not be very fun if you, like, got unlucky on it. Yeah. That's the 3, like, main sections, and there is still one big final room to go through with all the mechanics. And that's basically it. Long Falls of the Heart. Or Rise, depending on how you want to look at it. I was really into doing the spam crouch to indicate happiness back when I did these, apparently. Kind of funny, I don't really do that anymore, but... Midnight Spire, I'm pretty sure is what this map is called. This map's pretty good. Honestly, almost the most notable thing is those random-ass supers at the start. I'm pretty sure what's happening there is I'm, like, getting a drink of water with one hand, and I'm just like, how can I move through the map with only one hand on the controller? And the answer is, supers without moving the stick at all. So that's a bit funny to look at. I don't know what else to say about this map. It's a bubble and cloud basic gameplay map. It's quite enjoyable, but nothing super special. I think you get what this map is all about just watching it. Song and decoration all look pretty nice. It's very good all around, but not much to explain about it. I guess I can mention, I do a couple, like, funny jumps off clouds and, like, dashes, because I do remember some silly deaths happening at various places while practicing, so you gotta be a little bit careful. This isn't an easy silver by any means, but... Okay, I'm pretty sure that movement is just a mistake, so that's a bit funny, but yeah. It does mostly just line up pretty nice with just the bubbles just sending you where you want to be. For the most part, there's a couple parts that can be awkward, but it's mostly all good. there's one room I'm like thinking of. I remember having a like kind of funny strat, but it might not even be this map. I might be thinking of the Heartside flag. I think it is the Heartside flag. Yeah, it's just over now. The silver is done. So, I guess I can quickly mention, this is just the rainbow video. All the lobby maps, I have golden the Heartside, but that's a separate video. No commentary or anything, but if you want to check that out, I'll probably link it in the description or whatever. Is paint next, or am I misremembering? I think it might be paint next. Yeah, paint, okay. So honestly, let me tell you right now, if Celeste, if what you've seen so far looks fun, immediately like pause, skip this map. There should be timestamps in the description. Don't spoil this map for yourself. Like, you should experience what this map is all for yourself. Like, skip past this section, please. So, hopefully now, if you don't care about spoiling it or have already played it, this map is obviously like one of the highlights of Strawberry Jam in general. I believe the mapper, like Moss, spent like over 1,000 hours on this, which makes sense. Like, it's just unbelievably beautiful. Like, it's not really even, like, the only contest is Garden of Kotara and Expert, but that is a very different kind of, like, beautiful art. So, I'm not gonna try and compare them. They are pretty different in what they are, even though they're both incredible. But yeah, this, like, I don't know what words you even can use to describe this map, because it's incredibly beautiful, the song and story and all. It's just incredible. There's no words for it, really. It's one of the most impressive and most amazing things Celeste modding has ever produced, obviously. Like, I don't think it's, like, some people don't like this map much for, like, the gameplay, but, like, as a full experience, it's just, like, obviously, like, probably the best beginner lobby map. Like, it's not my, like, favorite to play through, but it's still, like, obviously the best, and, like, I don't know how you can argue that. Because the gameplay on its own, like, isn't super special. It, like, fits in with the whole, with the decoration and atmosphere and everything that's being created, so. And the story, I'm skipping the cutscenes, obviously, but the story is nice and all, so. At this point, I'm repeating myself, so I'll probably stop. I think this is also the hardest silver in the lobby, even though it's not nearly the hardest map to clear, but the silver is pretty difficult, just because it's, again, like, 6 minutes long, like Over the City was, and it's less, like, choke point based. Like, Over the City had, like, those 2 really hard rooms, but this map is more consistently, like, challenging. I mean, not that challenging, it's still beginner, but there's a lot more to watch out for. This also, despite it being the hardest silver, I'm pretty sure I fluked this, like, literally first try, which is a mystery how I managed that. This was the, like, second last. I did this almost last, I think second last. And yeah, I just fluked it. And honestly, I should probably shut up. I myself want to, like, enjoy this song for a little bit, so I hope you do too. come on, look at this bus. And there's a cutscene, but you can walk around on the bus. The bus is amazing. This map is amazing. And that is the end of Paint. What is next? I have no memory. Ah yes, Rose Garden. I forgot his death, that death there. So yeah. I didn't really mean to show 2 deaths in this video, but honestly they're hilarious, so there you go. I hope you enjoyed those deaths. I did. This map is awesome. I believe I've never played Super Mario Galaxy, but like everyone who has instantly sees the resemblance and inspiration here. I believe it's called the like Gusty Garden Galaxy. Apparently even has a very similar like mechanic of a thing you hold that can boost you. But yeah, I love this map a lot, even without like knowing anything about Mario Galaxy, so it's just a really cool mechanic to hold something, but also do the boost thing. I mean, as a beginner map, this doesn't do like too much with the mechanic, but it's still just enjoyable in every way. And if you want like wild gameplay with this mechanic, all you need to do is make your way up to the expert lobby, and you will certainly get quite the gameplay experience with a mechanic that functions basically exactly like these roses. But I will leave discussing that for another time. And this is the end of this already, I believe. Oh yeah, Treehive. That's a fascinating death right there. That makes like 2 deaths that I have to just like missing a dream jump, which is impressive, honestly. This map goes so hard. This is one of the best maps in the lobby, easily. Because this song bangs, and this map is really, really fun. And it looks awesome, and I could probably just, like, gush saying random, like, this is amazing synonyms for the entire runtime of the silver. So... yeah, I should probably, like, cut myself off from just repeating the same thing over and over, but... yeah, this map is sick to figure out, and all the movement is fun. And again, this is another one where I like that it actually, like, takes the time to develop its ideas and explore some different mechanics. Like, you get a lot more, like, mileage out of the 2 entities this map uses than, like, a lot of the other maps bother with, so... that's nice. This route probably isn't intended for that room there, but makes it a little safer for the silver, which is nice. I wonder if the sound my phone just made was picked up on the mic. And this is the ending already, so not too hard, but one of the most fun things in the entire lobby, casually and to silver. And that right there is definitely my controller disconnecting and getting me, like, stuck moving to the left for a moment, but... so that's kind of funny, but at least it was already at the end. How do I, like, mess up the movement to the heart, like, so much there? I spent, like, 20 seconds attempting to get up to the heart. That's probably, like, my controller disconnecting again that I didn't move for so long there. I really need a new controller, which I will do soon or something. Now the squeeze. I don't know if this one's that, like, popular, but I enjoyed it. Honestly, probably because, like, it's pretty short, and it doesn't... it's pretty short and easy, and it's just kind of satisfying to, like, fall through the gaps. There's not much to say, it's really all just about, like, use zippers to find some setups. That berry, if I remember correctly, that is a, like, backtrack through this room berry, which I think was kind of fun. But obviously I'm not doing that in my Deathless run. The song was cooler than I remembered. I don't remember having any thoughts about the song. It was pretty cool. But yeah, this one's quite short. Actually, a whole bunch of this lobby is, like, actually pretty long maps, which is nice. I definitely like that. But there's a few short ones mixed in. So I think that was the last yellow? Yes. Oh god, yes. So... Yeah, I'm really glad that I have to show the previous death, so you get to see me absolutely embarrass myself dying to the Heart Collect. Little unfortunate I had to leave that in the video, but at least I do collect the silver the literal next attempt, so yeah, just kindly forget that you saw what happened 20 seconds ago. But yeah, honestly, this is also like one of my favorites in the lobby. I mean, honestly, it's a pretty stacked lobby. There's a lot of maps I really like here, so it is some tight competition, but this was one of the most fun ones. Like, this is, honestly, I once saw someone, like, describe this as, like, it's just a core map, it's bad, you, like, don't get dashes, which was baffling to me, because, like, honestly, this is, like, I wouldn't even describe it as, like, core in any way, shape, or form, but even if you did, it's definitely, like, limited dashes done very well. Cause, like, you still get it back fairly regularly. And it's just enough to, like, make you think of how to do it, but not make you think, like, too much. And this, like, song and atmosphere go really well with it all, so super fun map. Low-key hardest part about this map in Silver is remembering not to fast bubble. If you're a Celeste beginner, that probably doesn't even matter, but as a more experienced player, I always want to fast bubble, gotta go fast, but this map will punish you for that. Didn't embarrass myself a second time on the heart, thankfully. Switchtube Vista. This is a sick map. What is it? I don't remember. Oh yeah, right. That's what happened there. Yeah. Yeah, this map goes hard. I'm just not even saying anything, I just, like, I just started subconsciously, like, listening to the song. But, yeah, the song is great, and the map is, too. This one's also, like, almost 5 minutes long, so it's definitely one of the harder silvers. But yeah, it's just really sick gameplay, using the clear pipes, which they function a decent bit. Like, there's a lot of similarities to Dream Blocks, but of course some slight differences. You can see me doing the hypers out of them, if you know how that works, but yeah. It's cool that you can do that. And it was fun. This map was pretty fun, honestly. I don't know if I might like to try to, like, speedrun this map, because I feel like it would be fun to find some, like, skips and just play through this map quickly. It would be pretty satisfying, I think. But yeah, it's just the clear pipes, and yeah, it does teach you there. You can, like, jump and grab out of them like Dream Blocks, so that's where all those similarities come from. That's just using... I mean, they're basically cassette blocks, but you have to hit a switch rather than them just being on a cycle, which is a fun mechanic. Honestly, the only issue with it is sometimes it can be hard to, like, actually see the switches you need to dash into to change them. But mostly it's just fun. And honestly, I kind of can't help but just think positively of these, like, switch cassette blocks, I guess. I don't know what you'd call them. Mostly due to a certain zucchini map that is awesome and uses them, so perhaps a little bias there, but whatever. And no one who subscribes to me is gonna know that, but Zucchini is the name of a Celeste mapper who is incapable of making anything bad. He only makes incredible maps, so that's what I meant by that. I'm truly not sure why I, like, grab at the end of that and then, like... Honestly, it was probably just me, like, forgetting and just taking the time to chill out there and not die. I think I've about covered it for this map, really. I think this is probably final. Interesting strat there. I don't remember doing that, but that's cool. Yeah, that was final. It was just like a transition room. Is next Strawberry Orchard, or is it puzzle time? Yes. Okay, so a gift from the stars. This map, and also there's another one later, is a full puzzle map. This is, these are certainly on the controversial side of maps in this lobby, because even as far as just the puzzles go, these are really advanced and really difficult puzzles to solve. I think I really did not like this map, especially. I do think the other puzzle map, Dropzle, I think is a lot better, but I really did not enjoy this one basically at all. Because, like, even irrespective of the puzzles for a moment, like, this one, for one, it's so dark, and it can genuinely be, like, hard to even see where the, like, crystal shards are. And, like, honestly, my big problem is, like, this map just doesn't even tutorialize its mechanics at all. Like, what's happening here is this is, like, a time stop crystal that it's one that it'll stop time until you run out of dashes, specifically, so if you have 2 dashes, you can use 1, but the second you run out of dashes, time will resume, and basically the whole gimmick is just find a way to make it through the rooms without running out of dashes until the very end will have some platform you need to move. And it's like core mechanics, so. But yeah, my big problem with this map is it just doesn't even, it does not explain these mechanics at all. Like, I had a hell of a time just even understanding, like, in what way the time crystal functioned. And, like, yeah, that's why I disliked this map so much casually. It's like, it's trying to be a puzzle, but also it doesn't even teach it, and half the puzzle is just understanding how it even works before you can like interact with it in any meaningful way, which I really disliked, but to each their own. That was me fucking up, but thankfully that's a rare mistake you can actually save. And that's like my other problem with this map is like just the way the time stop crystals work. Like if you misdash once or make any mistake, it's basically instantly means that you are dead and have to restart the entire room. And as you may have been able to see, some of these rooms take like 30-40 seconds to complete. They take a while to figure your way through, and tiny little mistiming, if I had grabbed that time crystal like half a second earlier, I might not have been able to do it and lost the silver. Or if I messed up the like second activation of all these blocks, like you just die and have to do the whole room over, which really sucks from a casual perspective. So okay, I'm kind of just like hating on this map nonstop. I should chill a bit, but that's why I didn't really like it. The silver honestly was fine, because like once I looked up a video in practice, I just knew all the solutions perfectly and just executing them. It wasn't bad to silver, but the casual experience was not fun. I think it's, yeah, Strawberry Orchard. First off, live footage of me failing to save a mistake. Thankfully, at least between the puzzle maps, we get this. This is also one of the best maps in the lobby. This song goes hard, and it's a Theo map, which honestly, Theo maps often can be kind of annoying, but this map is just awesome. I'll probably stop talking too much so you can just listen to the song, because it goes so well with this. But yeah, you're just bouncing around all these springs with the jam jar and zooming around, and this is so much fun. This was probably my favorite silver. I think it might have been like Soap or Treehive I might have liked more in my first playthrough, but this was probably the most enjoyable map to do Deathless in the whole lobby. It's a little hard to explain why, but it just is. So, yeah, I don't know, there you go. Fun as hell map. Also, the mistake you saw before was like the last room, so that's fun. Not really, but I'm really not sure what I was doing there. Probably again trying and miserably failing to Heart Ultra, so whatever. Bang on that. And now, Dropzle. So this is the other puzzle map. Yeah, that's a funny death to watch, because the gimmick of this map is you again have limited dashes, but this time you need to figure out when to hit the touch switches and where to put the Caverns to give yourself a setup for the pixel perfect drop. So, yes, you technically can just jump through the gaps with no setup, but that is really hard to do. Not really advised, but it is an option, and honestly that's how I did like half the rooms on my casual playthrough, so whatever. This silver run, I do full intended solutions to the room. I just copied off a video. Some people like to do like funny strats with consistent moves, like just instant like hypers and supers and wall bounces to like set up the gaps instead of actually doing the puzzles at all, but I didn't feel like wasting time on that. This was the last silver I did in the lobby, and I really just wanted to have it over with, so it was a little boring to just copy the solutions, but it got it done. I do think this is a much better puzzle map than A Gift from the Stars for a few reasons. For one, I mean, just its mechanics are much more intuitive and straightforward and don't really need explanation as much as A Gift from the Stars needed. And also, it's not like dark, it is bright and incredibly clear, like, what's happening and what you need to, well, not what you need to do, but your options are much more clear than A Gift from the Stars. And also, there's a system that if you just go into the pause menu, you can actually activate a hint for each individual room, which is fantastic. Like, that's an amazing feature to have. And also you have, like, infinite stamina and stuff, so I just really like that this map is so much more about actually solving the puzzle, and, like, you're not, like, fighting with Celeste's mechanics as much. Like, that was kind of the problem with A Gift from the Stars for me, is, like, I half my time is, like, just dealing with, like, Celeste issues, and instead of, like, actually solving the, like, puzzle, which is the point of the map. So that's why I didn't like it too much. But, I mean, honestly, I'm not the biggest fan of puzzles. Like, I didn't like this map that much either, but I definitely liked it more. And here's the end. Just one dash down to the heart. And I believe we're on to the last map here, is Coresaken City. Yeah. So, this map is fine. This is a rare map to not have a custom song. And this map, despite having core in the name, thankfully doesn't have core dash mechanics. That's just core blocks. It's gonna be like a little bit puzzly, but it's obviously not really the point. I will say one very cool thing is you can technically, you can not hit that switch into fire mode and play like the entire level in ice mode. And that's how you get several of the berries. And honestly, it is really cool and pretty impressive that they made a map you can play in both modes. It's definitely tricky to do that. There's a lot more that goes into, like, it's practically like 2 maps, 2 rooms in each one. Wow, I almost died there, that's funny. Yeah, nothing else too much to say here. Some of this routing is a bit not intuitive, but that's fine. I don't mind, like, routing maps. And yeah, and I believe if you skip the other switch, that also would make this fire. And it's just, like, an entirely different map. So yeah, this is already at the end. This is a short one, too. So, now all that's left is to collect the rainbow berry. Which, if you have not heard this sound before, get your ears ready for a treat. I am not kidding, this is like the best sound technology has ever produced. And that is the best sound in gaming history. I hope you enjoyed. I almost just said glad you enjoyed, just assuming, but I assume you did enjoy that sound. Anyway, that's all I got for this video. I don't know when I'll have another one out, but there was that. Hope you enjoyed. Have a good day.